taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
But, you know, we had a nice little boxing talk. Now it's time to get into something else. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is my favorite sport. Well, there's two sports, 1A and 1B. And boxing and football are 1A and 1B for me. I grew up loving football, and here it comes, the draft. One of my favorite times of the year, the draft time, because I'm unfortunately, you know, and Broadway understand this. You know, me and Broadway are Jet fans, so we have enough misery during the season. The draft season is supposed to be our beaming light of hope, which
real quick, you also have the Seahawks first pick, right?
Yes, which is the number 4 and number 10. Those are our first round picks. You're a Rams fan, Pilot, so you ain't got no picks, but
we got no picks for years.
But you got a Super Bowl.
Picks, but he got a Super Bowl win. So
it took a while. I do miss the drive. I do miss, you know, when the Rams were shitty. The draft's fun as hell, man.
Pilot, if I could guarantee, if you could guarantee the Jets to win a Super Bowl and all of our drafts would just throw them away, I would do that. Like, just throw away the whole draft. I don't care.
5 years, 5 years, 7 years, and shit.
Throw away the next 3 draft picks. I don't care as long as we get a Super Bowl.
I like you know, I did like Zach when he was at BYU last year. So hold on, are y'all pretty high on him?
I'm not high, but I'm not low. Like, our offensive line was trash, and and then as the season went on, he got better and better and better. So I you know, he's still young. I'm not gonna write him off. Peyton Manning in his first year threw the most interceptions.
28.
Yeah. So in that year, so I'm not gonna judge him too hard off his rookie year, but he flashed at times. But there was some times where there was some interceptions where it was like, bro, like, are you an NFL quarterback? But again, you're gonna have that moments with certain rookie quarterbacks. But then there's certain rookie quarterbacks that come out and hit the ground running, you know. So everybody develops differently. So I'm not too low on him. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you he's the next Tom Brady.
Yeah, the thing, like this year, like, you know, for years past, like with Herbert and all these rookies just been balling out. Last year, it seemed like every rookie was struggling. It felt like. Compared to, like, you know,
yeah.
For me, my opinions on Zach Wilson is, when I realized we were going to be drafting quarterback, I was looking at, you know, the quarterbacks. I knew we weren't going to get Trevor Lawrence. Somebody had told me about Zach Wilson and showed me some clips. So I watched, and like the first thing I had saw when I watched Zach Wilson at Utah was, who is this guy and why is he throwing off the back foot and throwing like 50-50 balls like that, like could either be intercepted or caught? I hate that. Like I have horrible PTSD from our past quarterback.
He definitely has the strongest throwing arm of our recent rookie quarterbacks. He has a stronger throwing arm than Geno, than Mark Sanchez, than Sam Darnold. So at least that, you know.
Yeah, and like I think that was one of the pros. The other pro is he gets the ball out quick. So it's like that's something that like I like, because especially with our crappy offensive line, just get the ball out as quick as possible, man. I'm not trying to see you just hold the ball on for dear life and then get your ass hurt because you held onto the ball for too long. So I think he has potential. He showed flashes. I think he needs some more receivers.
A weapon, like a running back, a receiver, like a wide receiver, one or running, you know.
Well, we'll see, because I know that the Jets are looking at wide receivers, and of course, there's the whole possibility of Deebo Samuel. I like Deebo. I don't want to trade a first round pick for him, though. He is injury prone. He's a great receiver, but. I don't know.
He's one of those combo. Like he's like a running back. He's a hybrid kind of, you know.
Well, he doesn't want to be a running back anymore. That's one of the problems, that he didn't like the way San Francisco was using him. They were using him as a wide receiver and a halfback, and he didn't like that. Toll on his body.
Yeah, hell yeah. Something like the second year in the league too. Shit.
And Zach Wilson, one of the things I did worry me about him coming out in the draft is that he was a bit small in weight. He's the same height as Patrick Mahomes, but I don't know. He just looked a little weak to me, man. Like he
frail, he's a little
yeah,
frail.
like, and he looked like a fucking sophomore in high school. You know?
that viral meme of him with all the other draft guys, and he's all looking around like, where?
Yeah, these dudes is 6'6", 290, and he's like, you know, scrawny. I don't know, man. But whatever. Like I said, I'm not too high, but I'm not too low. And let's see. Let's get some weapons around him and see what he can do. Because last year, the Jets led the league in drop passes. So, and a lot of those, and almost King P could tell you this. It almost felt like every single drop pass was on the third down. That would have been a touchdown.
Yes. And the Jets are always, for some reason, the Jets and third down just never, like, we are always terrible on third down. So I definitely agree with that. A lot of those drop passes came on third down. It was just, the offensive game calling was, the play calling was, because, you know, we got, like, our whole coaching staff is pretty young, so they're still like kind of learning things. Like, I like Robert Saleh. I think he's a very good coach, but I just still think he's learning how to be a head coach. And they brought their whole system from San Francisco, what I'm saying, which is a good system, but they don't have all the players. So this is gonna be the year to load up on players in the draft. So we got the number.
Yeah, I keep seeing y'all taking Sauce Gardner, the cornerback from Cincinnati. I keep like all the mock drafts show that.
I had heard that, and I spoke to someone about that, and he was like, he thinks that Sauce is, like, in his opinion, he thinks Sauce is the best, like one of the best prospects in the draft, regardless of position. And I'm cool with that, but like, we need a pass rusher, and we need offensive lineman, and we need a wide receiver. Like, those are my big like things that I want to come away with.
So let me ask you this, King P. We got 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. If you're Joe Douglas, ideally, what are you doing with those 4 picks? And I'll allow you to, get creative and do trade downs and stuff like that if that's something you're into. So, out of those 4 picks, what would you do?
Okay. Well, if the picks are like if they're not trading, if it's just those picks,
yeah.
It would depend on how the draft board plays out. But if it's my ideal, I would say, me personally, I'm a big fan of the pass rusher Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. I would want him with the 4th pick. Take a pass rusher. 10th pick, I want a wide receiver. Either Drake London from USC or Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. Both of them are very good wide receivers, and I'll take either of them. So I would go pass rusher, wide receiver, and then for the second round, I would take. It depends. You could either take a cornerback or an offensive tackle or even a tight end, because I know they're looking at tight ends and we need another tight end. So there's a lot of ways you could play with it.
We just signed 2 tight ends though.
Well, no, but like they're stopgap guys. Like they're because the Jets were meeting with tight ends at the draft. They're looking at like a young, like, cornerstone type tight end. So
was Becton hurt last year? He's
Becton was hurt, and we might draft the offensive tackle early, because I know Joe Douglas is an offensive lineman himself. He loves offensive lineman guys, so he might take a tackle early.
Yeah, Becton a little injury prone. He's nasty, but it looks like hopefully he don't he can stay healthy.
Well, he got hurt, and then he doesn't like in his own admission, he was coming into camp overweight. You know what I'm saying? The problem is that guy is so big. He's playing he came in at like 380 pounds, which is like, how huge that is? Like, that's ridiculous to come in for like.
It's 100 pounds more than Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Put it in perspective,
Yes, like crazy. Like, so it's like the guy keeps coming in overweight, and it's like he gets hurt, and then he was getting beat in training camp, and it's just like, he's got a lot of potential, Becton. I like him, but he just needs to get in condition and drop the weight, and hopefully he can stay healthy. But, we'll see. A lot of the fan base was mad because, and this is stupid because a lot of fans are idiots, but like, I guess Mekhi Becton didn't show up to the OTAs, which are, they're not mandatory, they're voluntary. And people are like, well, why didn't he show up? It's voluntary. And I'm like, and then they didn't know what happened. And then it comes out, well, his wife is pregnant, and his wife is due like soon. Oh, well, you know, he could get a private. I'm like, why are you like, come on, bro? Like, it's voluntary. He could do all the workouts there at home. He's got his own personal trainer that he can do that with. He doesn't need to actually be there. Like, people are just stupid. Like, I don't know. And then they're like, well, how would that affect his standings? Like, maybe the front office doesn't like that. They talk to him. They're cool with it. Like, they know what's going on. It's ridiculous. Like, people are just ready to get rid of him. I still like him. I still just want to see him get better and just stay healthy and get in shape. But, you know, we'll see. But we definitely need another offensive tackle, because our right tackle, Noah Fant, this is his contract year, and they're probably going to let him walk. So get an offensive tackle in the mid rounds, 3rd round, 4th round, that you could develop him while these two play out their contract, especially Fant. And then when Fant's ready to walk next year, just insert the tackle that you drafted. So I'm cool with that. And the center, we can use a center, but like, I really want a wide receiver, a tight end. Like, I want playmaking. I want a pass rusher. Like, these are all positions that we definitely need. Like, the Jets have not had a legitimate, like, certified pass rusher since John Abraham. And bro, that was 20 years ago, bro. 20 years ago.
Bro, you preaching to the choir. The only thing I will say as far as what I want, although I do think Kayvon Thibodeau is a like freak athlete. Like, that's the way he comes across as far as how I see him when he's on the field. But I worry, he's made comments about that he's worried about his brand and that he wants to be somewhere where he can expand his brand and do all this. And it's like, bro, are you focused on football? Are you one of these fucking Twitter motherfuckers and you're going to be posting pictures on your Instagram of your abs and all that, and then the New York lights are going to get to you? Because if you're one of those dudes, I don't want you on the team. I need some dogs on my team. And so I don't want him. I don't want him just off that. If I could get Aiden Hutchinson, which I don't think he drops down to 4, to be honest with you.
No, the Lions are going to get him at 2.
Yeah, no, Jags might get him at 1. Who knows? But, you know, if, you know, the gods are on our side, hopefully he slides down to 4 and we get him. But if not, I would want Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State. And with the 10th pick, I want Traylon Burks, the wide receiver out of Oklahoma. He's a very dynamic wide receiver.
He's very good.
I've heard comps to Deebo Samuel, who ironically were rumored to be in the talks, be in the mix of trading for him. But I also wouldn't mind, and don't jump on me for this, but I mean, I guess you can if you want. I wouldn't mind Linderbaum, the center from Iowa.
Me either. I like Linderbaum a lot. He's a hell of a center.
Not only that, I'm a bit biased. I know I don't look like it, but I used to play center back on my football days, and I understand the importance of a center. And if you remember the years where the Jets actually were successful, I'm not sure how old you are, Kim, but
I'm 32.
Okay, so you'll remember the years when we had Kevin Mawai.
Yep.
And then immediately after him, we just replaced him with Nick Mangold. And those were some of our best years in Jets history. And there's no coincidence that we had a solid Pro Bowl center for like almost 20 years in a row. So if we can get Linderbaum at 10, listen, I know it's an unpopular pick, but I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
I wouldn't mind it at all either. I don't think it's unpopular. It's not a sexy pick, but it's a pick that we need, because we definitely need a legitimate center. So I'm all for that. I just don't think Linderbaum will make it to the 2nd round. I think he's going to be a late 1st round pick. So that's why I didn't even mention him. But if he slipped to
trade up though,
yeah, I would
2nd round picks.
Yep, that is true. What I had heard was, and this is what I had heard, from some Jets fans that are kind of in the know, I've read some insider knowledge. I'm not going to say no names, but I had heard that the Jets would be looking to trade up depending on how the draft board goes. So from what I heard the Jets, if they want either at 4, Ikem Akwenu, who was the tackle out of NC State, or Sauce Gardner. And if like with those two, if they got one of those two, their 10th pick, they would pick a pass rusher. So either Johnson or Thibodeau. And if that's the case, they want to trade back up because they're high on Drake London. Like, he's their number one wide receiver from everything I've heard. He's the guy that they want. So I could see them trading up to get him. So like, I'm cool with trading up for the right player. If that happened, if the draft played out like that, I would be all for it. I'm not. Go ahead.
The thing, it's not that I don't like Sauce Gardner, and it's not that I don't like who's the other guy you mentioned?
Ikem Ekwonu.
Ekwonu. It's not that I don't like Ekwonu. Actually, I'm really high on Ekwonu. It's not that I don't like Ekwonu or Sauce Gardner. I just feel like the Yankees, you hear me? The Jets don't need a corner or a tackle that bad to select one at 4. You understand what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
We invested in a cornerback in the free agency. We signed DJ Reed. Bryce Hall is an ascending player that we drafted in the 5th round. I believe
that was a steal. That was a steal.
Hold on, real quick. Safeties. Y'all still have Mays and Ashton Davis?
No, May walked. We let him walk. Yeah,
good. He's getting a little old anyway, but I was wondering.
You know, it's funny. It's fun. It's a good thing you brought up safety, Pilot. You know who? Tyrann Mathieu is a free agent. I don't know why the Jets haven't jumped on him.
It's crazy. He's still out there. Shit.
I legitimately didn't realize he was still a free agent.
Yeah, like, does he have a pending case of that? I don't know. Why is he still a free agent?
There were a few rumors, but yeah, he's still out there. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure he'll get signed, but.
Yo, I don't get that at all. Listen, if the Jets sign him, I'll be ecstatic. He's a culture changer too, man. He's like a passionate guy, real rah. And that, honestly, that's what the defense needs.
Absolutely. I understand. Go ahead.
It looks like we're in the same path in terms of the first round. We both want a pass rusher and a wide receiver. We may like different ones, but we pretty much have the same mindset there. In the second round, we have 2 picks. More or less, who do you want? Like, as far as position-wise, if you don't know necessarily names, who do you want in the second round that you're interested in?
Well, in the second round, like I said, it's really dependent on how the draft board plays out. For me, I would say if it would depend on the player, or like I said, if Linderbaum fell, I would take him.
That would be amazing.
I would take. Let me see. Like, I would, because there's going to be cornerbacks in the second round. I would take a cornerback in the second round. There's some good ones out of like one guy, Kyler Gordon out of Washington. He's a solid cornerback. I would take him in the second round. Or this dude McCreary out of Auburn. Like, we don't need a cornerback in the first round. So I can understand why you would say Sauce. You know, we don't need to go early. But like, for me, I'm the type of person that it's not about position for me. I'm like, I do subscribe to the kind of, I don't want to say best player available, but talent over anything else. So it's like, I'm not going to pick, like, even though we need a pass rusher, I'm not going to pick one just for the sake of picking one early. So like, if he's good enough to go early at that point, like, I would pick Jermaine Johnson at 10, but wouldn't pick him at 4. I think that's too early. So it just really depends. I'm big on that. But there's just so many ways you can go in the second round. It's just, I would go if they pick Trey McBride, I'd be fine with that. If they pick, like, if we didn't go wide receiver in the first round and went wide receiver in the second round, Christian Watson or George Pickens should be available, and I'll take either of them. So there's so many ways you can go with it. I don't know.
How do you feel if at 10 Kyle Hamilton's available?
No. We're not doing safeties in the first round. No, absolutely
not after Jamal Adams.
No, absolutely not. We're not doing a safety in the first round. But in the second round, actually, I know the Jets showed a lot of interest in the Georgia safety, Lewis Seen, and he was a hell of a ball hawk. I would take him in the second round. If they picked him in with one of our second picks, I'd be fine with that. But Kyle Hamilton in the first round, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. So in the first round, we both want edge and wide receiver. In the second round, what I want in terms of position is a linebacker and honestly, a linebacker and a safety. That's what we need because our defense is trash, man. And it almost hurts me to say that. My whole life, the Jets have sucked, but the defense has always been good. And this past season, we literally had the last defense in the league. I'm like, nah, come on, man. Like, that shit, I can't stand watching my team have a bad defense. So I would love to go edge with number 4, wide receiver at number 10, and the two second round draft picks, a safety and a linebacker.
I'm cool with that. If I had to choose, if I had to just pick and just say which positions, I'll take edge rusher with the first pick, with the 4th pick, 10th pick overall, I'll take a wide receiver, and then I'll take in the second round, I'll take a cornerback and either a safety or an offensive tackle. I'll be fine with one of those at those picks, depending on who falls.
You wouldn't want a linebacker, man?
I don't think we're gonna get a linebacker only because I think we're still like CJ Mosley is still under contract, so I don't. And maybe we could get a linebacker, but I think we probably
Nasruddin and all these. I'm like, I don't know if those guys are a fit for that position.
Well, see, here's the weird thing. It's like Robert Saleh's defense doesn't like prioritize like linebacker. Like he uses safeties as linebackers. Like
which is why they fucking run on us like it's nothing. Yo, Jonathan Taylor, how many yards did he have done that Monday night game? He must have had like 1,000 just in that one game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna find the numbers on that one.
Yeah, no,
he did embarrassing.
He did kill us. And honestly, I could see us, depending, Mike going defensive tackle because Quinnen Williams is on his last year. They just exercised his 5th year, but we don't know if we're going to re-sign him. And we let, I think we let a defensive tackle go, and Saleh's probably going to want another guy in the middle to go with Quinnen Williams. I wouldn't be surprised if we went defensive tackle in the 2nd or 3rd round. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, though. So there's so many ways it can go. That's if the picks don't get traded.
Jonathan Taylor had 172 yards with 2 touchdowns. He averaged 9.1 yards per carry. And then the backup running back, Naheem Hines, had 74 yards on 6 carries and had a touchdown himself. It's like, yo, they was running the ball on us like if it was they were playing a high school team.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll use this draft wisely, and hopefully I won't be screaming at my TV afterwards or my computer afterwards wanting to fire Joe Douglas. But I trust in Joe Douglas. I think out of the GMs we've had recently, he's the best one of the bunch. So I'm not saying much, but, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
For sure.
All right. I think that wraps up our cast. So we'll do. We'll end it with our final thoughts. Pilot, final thoughts.
You know what it is. Glad to be here. Bodega Banter. We gotta do this more often.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Broadway Joel, making an appearance here. But yeah, you know what it is. Ringing Radio all day, every day, 24/7, 365, man.
All right, that's what's up, Pilot. That's what's up. It's Ring Gang all day. Broadway Joel, final thoughts.
Shout out to the Pilot. Shout out to King P. Don't mind the cat in the bodega. She paying rent. Don't worry about that. You already know I'm out here. I'm always available. I'm the voice of Dominican boxing. Every single Dominican fighter has been through my channel, and if they not, shit, they ain't winning their next fight if they haven't been on my channel.
Tell them where to find you.
Find me at _Broadway Joel on Twitter, at Broadway Joel on Instagram, and on my YouTube channel. Most importantly, just type in Broadway Joel. Subscribe to my channel. I'm literally asking you to do something for free. If you don't want to follow me on social media, cool. But hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel. That's Broadway Joel, spelt the same way, normal way, Joel. And if you can't spell Broadway, you probably shouldn't be watching my channel anyways. Go learn how to spell, go learn how to read, and then come to my channel because I'm gonna be on you. I'm gonna be on you.
That's what's up. That's what it is. So for myself, King P, for Conscious Pilot, and for Broadway Joel, it's been a great episode of Bodega Banter. And I know the bodega is open 24 hours, but this bodega said you gotta get the hell up out of here. Peace.
Guys.